What is up, YouTube fam? This is D from Brooklyn giving you an update on the container pond, or rather the 70 tub pond out here in the backyard. We have had monsoon type rain. I mean, thank God for overflow. If you don't have an overflow on your tub and it is not in the ground, put an overflow, because I have emptied this 2 times. I have water in that one. I have water in that one. And let me just show you, the fish are chilling. Everything is growing crazy. And the reason I'm showing you this video is because if you got water sitting outside, you get pests, aka free fish food. I'm gonna try to move out of the light so you can see them. I have tons and tons of larvae. I mean tons of larvae. My fish are eating lovely. So there's a good and there's a bad to that. If you got sitting water, you know what sitting water, standing water means. You can get mosquitoes, but it also means you got awesome source of fish food. I got tons of food. I got my beta net here, fine holes. I'm just scooping these babies out, scooping them out, scooping them out. I got tons and tons of food for my fish. Hopefully you can see it. I know it's hard to do, film and do this at the same time, but I just want to show you I got tons of food in there, tons of wigglers. I'm just going over here with it, walking over to the pond. When they see this net, they know it's on. Turn that bad boy upside down and look at all the wigglers that I got in there. Look at all of that. They going nuts. Those guys are like, supper is on. And if you can see, I got a lot of white cloud fry. You can probably see them better now than you did before because they have grown substantially. I have paradise fry. I got white cloud fry. I got, look at the size of these females in here. The gold Daniels, the albino Daniels have been living lovely. Look at that paradise fish down there. He's going to work. I'm trying to see if, oh, there's one of the larger fry. Hard to see these guys, especially after they've eaten. But you can see over there, one of my babies over there. He's coming because he sees everybody eating over here. These guys are getting big real fast, especially when you can give them this live food, man. The live food beats the flake food any day. And I was gonna put a disc in the pond for the mosquitoes here, but they have been eating them. If you look, you don't see any larvae other than what I have dumped in there. So they are doing a good job, and I don't have to worry about no standing water because I have the fountain moving, the solar powered pumps. I did a video on the solar powered pumps. I may do another one just to go into it because I got a lot of questions about where I got them from, how I put them in and things like that. But let me tell you, they are worth their weight in gold. I got 3 of them in here. I got one hooked up just agitating the surface water. That's my floater here. I got another one that I just kind of hooked up with the box filter, but I'll do that in a separate video. We'll walk over to the greenhouse now and take a look at that. Every night we had like massive rain. Let me tell you, I got raspberries over. I pulled those the other day. I mad raspberries. Got lettuce popping up like crazy. The fish in here are hard to shoot, but I got a bunch of white cloud fry in here. This water is no pump, no nothing in here. This is basically stagnant. I just put some hornwort in here, and I put a lot of duckweed in here just to kind of keep the water a little bit healthier, you know, since this isn't moving. It's basically standing water here. And the fry in here are hard to see. They're always on the bottom. Try to get you a close-up. It's really hard to film these because in the greenhouse it's also dark. But I got my top off set up, and I'm feeding these guys the same larva. I'm just putting the larva in here. I got some Congos over here, which are also hard. Only thing about the greenhouse, this greenhouse has done an excellent job. Best 40 bucks I ever spent. Best 40 so far. I don't know how it's gonna hold up in the winter, but we'll see. But it is like, grows everything here. Look at this lettuce, man. I gotta hook up my automatic water. This is gonna be my top off. I got a plant feeder, like a watering, auto watering thing with a timer. I'm gonna set that up. I got lettuce growing all over the place. I got green beans in here. I got a lot of yellowing in here because it gets so hot. I mean, one thing, if you got these greenhouses, you got to know that they are going to get hot. Just every day I open it and let it air out. Right now it's doing pretty good because we had so much rain. It's in the 80s, but it has hit 100. If you watch my previous video, it easily hits 100 in here, but yet the water in the tubs is nice and cool. So I'm gonna set this up to also get topped off from the green water that I pull from those tubs outside. So it'll not only top off the water, but it'll feed the fish in there, because if you get any larvae, anything in this, it'll just put it right into these tubs. So that is it on the greenhouse. Man, just sitting in there. Oh, my face, look at my face. I'm sweating just going in there for like 2 seconds. But let's walk over back into this now that it is not disturbed, because I pulled so many out. You can see how much is in there. I got to get out of the sun so you can see. But there's tons and tons of larvae in there. Nothing better for breeding a fish. I absolutely suck at doing the brine shrimp hatch and all that. That's just too much work for me. But these just sitting in this green water with a little bit of shade. You don't want it in absolutely sun. A little bit of shade, you come in here, scoop them out so you don't have an infestation and whatnot, mosquitoes, and this will feed your pond for the whole summer, bro, let me tell you. But definitely have your bug spray on. You could probably do this in the greenhouse too and contain them to that, because anywhere that water sits, they will just lay the eggs and fly off. There's some of them are flies, not even mosquitoes, but just the larvae from like various insects and things, and they doing the job. They are definitely doing the job. So I'm just gonna give them another scoopful. So all around the edges, just scoop those bad boys up. Let me tell you, you don't know how much is in here. It is crazy. If I was trying to do this in the house, I wouldn't get this much. Look how much is in there. It's crazy, and they love it. Let me tell you, my fish have been growing so fast. When they see the net, they were like freaked out before. Now when they see that net, look, they come out from everywhere. The fry come out. Look at this dude. He comes out. All of them come out. They're like, what? The real stuff? No flakes? Is on. It's like a barbecue in the pond. It's like pond barbecue day. And now you can really see my paradise fish. Now the colors on them are amazing. The white clouds are really done well. I've really become a fan of the smaller fish and the tetras. And I know a lot of people ask me, oh, well, how come you don't put like cichlids and things like that? I kept cichlids for probably 15 to 20 years as a kid. So I kind of grew out of that. I'm more into the various community species, like, and just trying to get certain traits out of them. And as far as the pond goes, you can keep them out here longer with a smaller volume of water. If this was more of a cichlid tank, you probably couldn't have as many fish in it, just because of the aggression and things of that nature. And the fact that you don't need as much filtration also helps. Look how much this chain sword has grown. I probably have about 10 plants out of this. It's huge. Look how many runners have come off of this. There's one there, there's some under there, there's one back there, there's Anubis all over the place, there's another chain sword over there, and hornwort. Just easy to keep plants so that the fry have cover. Oh, look at a fry if you can get a good shot. It's hard with the sun here, and I don't want to drop my dang on the phone, because that would be ruining my day. But they're really colorful. They're really growing fast. I mean, and it's just less work. Outside is so much easier because nature is just doing its thing. You know, inside they don't have as much cover. In this thing, they got varying temperatures. They're hardier fish. Also, if you see my mollies that are inside, my saltwater, they started in this pond about a year ago. They're hardier fish. Whereas you keeping these fish in just 70 degrees, heated the tank, like in such a controlled environment. You got to remember, in nature, they're not in such a controlled environment. Now, of course, you can't keep it ridiculously fluctuating, but in nature, it gets cold at night, gets hot in the daytime. That's just the way it is. They don't have as much leaf litter. They don't have as much natural food. And I just come up with just tougher fish. So I was trying to stall and see if I can get you a shot of the plecos, but it's so hard to film them in here, because what they do is they bury themselves in the daytime. I watched it the other day. They go into the leaf litter and they bury themselves. So what I do is I drop some sinking wafers in here every now and then to make sure that they're eating, and I usually see them towards the afternoon. But I'm trying to get you a shot, and I just don't. I know they're usually by this rock. There's one that sits on top of this rock, and I don't see him today. I probably made too much noise moving everything to feed these guys. But that's the deal. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you have any other questions, please be sure to put them in the comments below. Look at this one. This one's growing up really nice. In the white clouds. Oh, beautiful fish. Man, I'm gonna have a lot of fish to bring in the fall. In the fall, I'm gonna be really hard up to catch all of these fish, boy, because there's probably about 50 of them in here. I'm trying to give you a shot of those in the back without spooking them, but there's probably like about 15 right in that corner right now. It easily, and they're really colorful. When you can see white clouds this clear, as small as they are, yeah, they're gonna have some really nice color to them. And that's it. This will be the first year with the plecos in here, so I'm hoping that they give me some fry. That would be nice. Even though they're kind of small, they probably won't, but time will tell. Forget about filming the shrimp. I only see them once in a while when they like come right out when it's really sunny, really sunny. They'll come out and they'll like walk along the edge over there, like where that paradise fish is. They'll walk along the edge and then I'll see them. Other than that, forget it. I only see them like once in a blue moon. So click subscribe, click that like button, ring the bell so that you get notifications when I do the updates. And if you're not following me on Instagram, D from Brooklyn on Instagram, I put more pictures and updates from day to day on there when I come home from work, because you know I gotta film these guys when I have the light to film them. Can't really do it at certain times of the day because it's just hard to see with the glare. And I appreciate you guys watching, man. If you know anybody else, feel free to share this video. If you have any questions, like I always say, we're always learning. You never stop learning. Our goal every day is to go to bed smarter than when we got up, and I'm always learning from you guys. So I appreciate all of that. And until next time, this is D signing out. Man, this thing filled up. We had so much rain, I had to use my screen to keep the water from running it over. It's literally overflowing. Like, look at this. It's literally just, thank God I had that overflow. But luckily none of the fry are overflowing, and when they do, I catch them in here, so they're safe. All right, I'm gonna be out. This is D. Love, peace, and hair grease. See ya.